Sharon Barnes-Waters, and welcome to City Views, a show about people, places, and things that make New York great. The Hip Hop Film Festival is back in its third edition. It's going August the 2nd through the 5th, and 1010 Wins is proud to be a media partner again this year with Hip Hop Film Festival. And guess what? Right here is the only place that you're going to hear the live announcement of the best of the fest. That's coming up a little later, but before we do all of that, we have the founder and the CEO of the Hip Hop Film Festival. She is back. C.R. Capers, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it's back bigger, better, and better.
Better than ever, baby.
I mean, how are you growing? I mean, from year to year, you seem to be growing.
Right. I think it's because we have really touched on something that's not being done before. I mean, we are focusing on filmmakers who are raised in the hip-hop culture. So there's no space for that. So not only are you getting the underserved voices, but you're getting young voices, new voices, fresh voices, the voices that are going viral online. Wow. And they're really doing amazing things in this space. So to have a festival like this, and it's the only one in the world, I think that's why we saw a 300% increase.
Wow.
From the year before. Yeah, this year we have over 100, and we have about 114 filmmakers this year. So, and now we had to cut that down.
And it's international because it's kind of global now.
It is. We have filmmakers from all over the world, and we've always touted that. But like this year, we saw amazing entries from Saudi Arabia, Russia. I mean, places that you would never dream that hip-hop had reached. Right. But it makes sense because we all know that it is the biggest music genre. But people don't understand that with the music comes the culture.
Right.
So
the home of hip-hop, the birthplace of hip-hop was right here.
Exactly. And it's a full culture. It's not just music. It's how we live, eat, breathe, sleep, what we wear, how we do things, how we are effective in our professions. So we say that, you know, some people are nice on the mic, some people are nice with the art. We are nice with the cameras.
All right.
So, and you'll get to see some of that
what
today.
Can we see this year at this year's festival? And what are the new additions?
The new additions, same as always. We have the categories, features.
As far as when we go to the Hip Hop Festival, there's different things that you can see, interactive and all of that.
Yes, yes. Yes, oh my goodness. So beyond the screenings, we have the VR tech exhibit, the HHF tech exhibit, where we have VR movies that are made by the hip-hop cultured. We have...
hip-hop cultured.
Hip-hop cultured. You know, we have to be bougie with it. Then we have Art After Dark. So, you know, most festivals have after parties. Right. We have Art After Dark, where we bring in high-end art, live music, networking. I mean, it is an extravaganza of just partying and just great energy. Last year, we had to literally throw people out the building. People were sleeping on the sidewalk.
National Black Theater.
There was ciphers going on, yes, at the amazing National Black Theater on 125th and 5th Avenue, the intersection of luxury and culture. They've been there for 50 years. So we are pleased and honored to have our festival there at this amazing institution. Huge. We take over the entire block.
And we're about to do the live announcement, but before that, I remember you telling me something about people that have entered the festival, some have gone on to do really nice things.
Well, listen, our winner from last year, his name is Stefan Bristol. He won with the film See You Yesterday. It was picked up and is now being produced into a feature movie by Spike Lee. We are very proud of him. Wow. We have others who have gone on to garner Emmy nominations, distribution deals with such companies as Gravitas, Sika TV. I mean, you name it. These filmmakers are really doing it, and we are honored that we are able to pick out the diamonds in the rough and put them on the stage and say, hey, listen, these are the people that are hot. And, you know, we're hip-hop, so we always know what's hot first.
Be relevant. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once we say, hey, listen, it's like, you know, this is what's hot, the world now pays attention, and they're able to do what they do, which is just be fresh.
I remember you saying something last year about sharing revenue or helping with the revenue. You give some of your proceeds to. Can you tell us about that again?
So
just remind me.
The goal of the festival is if we make a profit, the box office is shared with the filmmakers that are selected to participate. So that's how we do it. We are talking about providing a real resource. I'd rather have a couple of $1,000s in a check as opposed to a trophy. Can't do much with a trophy. But I need to be able to fund my next project. I need to be able to continue to let my voice be heard, and that's what a lot of filmmakers, particularly young filmmakers, that's the hurdle that a lot of us deal with. And we're the only festival in this space that's seeking to address that issue.
Wow, so you're going to be up there with the Tribecas of the world, because every year
we get bigger.
Every year we get bigger.
And let's put it this way: like, we aren't in competition with any other festival or any other film organization. It's apples and oranges. We're hip hop. We're fresh, and our directive is different.
Wow.
We're about resources. We're about growth. We're about collaboration. We're about getting our filmmakers into those other festivals. So hip-hop is about the spirit of collaboration. So there is no competition, because we are the best here, like they say, like Rick said. Like they say, you know.
And guess what?
So,
guess what time it is, y'all? What time
it is my favorite time. It is time
for the nomination, the live announcement. I know that there are so many of you out there that are anxiously waiting and anticipating this live announcement. So if you're ready, CR, I'm ready.
I am definitely
You're ready?
I am
okay,
ready.
Here we go. The nominees for Best Feature are...
You got an excuse for everything you do, and you probably live your whole life like that.
Finish that one with the left.
Hey, Joe, you gotta go, man.
Come on, Joe. Tonight's my night.
I know I'm helping you.
No, you're not helping me. You're a drunk, Dad. You're a drunk.
What you think you're doing, man?
I fixed your truck. Give me my $40.
I ain't paying you. Hey.
Catherine.
I need you to bail me out.
Damn it, I have to go take care of Tommy.
What happened to Tommy?
Let me make something crystal clear to you right now. I don't give a what happened. What's important is what are you gonna do about it? When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be.
Yeah, that's how we own it. That's how we own it. It's my son. I'm from the city of the bright lights and the nightlife, where you can sell anything for the right price. You can bag any chick if your ice right. Everybody got a pair of Timbs and some white Nikes. I'm from New York City. That's right. Where the dudes all gritty and the chicks all pretty. But the club's all litty. Niggas trying to get power like 50 or revolt like Diddy. Or want a title like Jay. Hustlers move powder like Ye.
Shouting.
Tell me about yourself.
I really love teaching. Tell me something about yourself.
I'm very high class.
Shouting.
And I love to eat.
I love this neighborhood. How do you even afford this?
And to see the exposed brick and get all hot and gushy. This is you, kid. Don't f it up. It's a cock block. serious. I was about to ask you to co-sign a loan for me.
What's up?
Who is Karen? You're a liar! There were others, Nate, in other beds. Don't lie to me.
You brought another man to my house. Whore! I could have had you both upside down in a sex swing. But it turned into a respectable butt-naked sex for two because your sister has such morals. My dude! What? Oh!
Congratulations to those who are nominated. What do you look for in a Best Feature Film? I know you had a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
You got to these four. What were you looking for?
Well, it's a hard process. But we looked for production quality. Sound is major. We look for sound, cinematography, acting, and of course, story. Even if it's a story that we've heard 100 times before, how is it presented in a unique and different way?
Right.
So
that's
fresh. It, exactly. So that's what it takes to get past the initial screening process, and then it goes to the judges, and then it just goes from there. Everything's scored, and it's numerical to avoid any arguments or chairs being thrown across the room this year. We've, taken a very mathematical approach to everything.
Wow.
So it helps.
Well, again, congratulations to those who are nominated. Are we ready for the second category?
We are ready.
Now this one, okay, the nominees for Best Documentary are...
Slum Village, the legacy has been able to resonate in such a special way. Interesting enough to me, you know the names, but people don't really, or a lot of people who weren't there don't know the story. T3, tell the story of Slum Village so people know exactly what it is.
I shopped Slum to tip, and that's how I actually got on. You know what I'm saying? Shopping the Slum Village demo, and he called me, he was like, he wasn't interested in the slums. Like, slum has always been slept on.
I was like, yo, these kids is crazy. Yo, the beats is crazy. So, as it goes on, I heard the beats just really struck me.
I was a 22-year-old dance major with a college grant, on my way to spend 1 year abroad in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I first saw all of them on a concrete stage at a park by the beach. They were sweating and dancing and sounding out rhythms. I could say I purchased a video camera because I wanted to tell a story about dance and about passion. But when I first pressed record, it was because I wanted to remember the feeling of connection. It's been 11 years, and I'm ready now. I'm ready to tell the story of us.
Going up the street now. Me and my camcorder. Whoa, jeez. This is my neighborhood. Where are the houses? Where are the people?
That's a great question.
The people of this community didn't deserve what happened to them. The knowledge that it was our federal government.
Make sure you filming everybody, everything. This is my destiny to make a movie. Shoot everything.
Deep down, we are puppets. Shame on your nature, on your DNA.
To those who have been nominated for Best Documentary. Documentaries tell powerful stories.
They do.
What was it about these four that told a powerful, out of all, again, the nominations, the entries rather, what was it about these four that spoke to you and said, we got to tell these stories?
These nominees are, any documentary has the power to change society, to change minds, to change hearts, to change how we live and how we see each other. And oftentimes that is by taking a perspective and showing us another side of it. So like with Fantastic, The Legacy of Slum Village, that is the story of Slum Village, Jay Dilla. It's a way for his legacy to speak beyond the grave, and sometimes when you're a fan of a group, particularly when it comes to hip-hop and rap music, you only know what the mainstream will tell you. You don't see the struggle that is behind it. You don't know the amazing stories, or you really don't understand how talented these individuals are or what they went through. So that has the power to have you just see things a little bit differently. New York to Conakry, that is, you know, a filmmaker going from New York to a whole nother culture to look at dance and like where these amazing original elements of hip-hop and dance came from through the drum and how the drum is significant in that. So being able to express that side of it will make you see things a bit differently. Believe the Beat. This is a woman who went on a trip to Brazil and took her camera with her and just fell in love with, you know, the dance and what they were trying to emote through the dance and what they were trying to express. And she followed them. I think that what she did was absolutely amazing. And Fear No Gumbo, Kimberly Roberts, you know, she's Oscar nominated. I'm glad that she chose this festival to premiere this. But it is about KATRINA 10 years later. And it's powerful.
Lest we forget.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
I think I cried at one point watching that documentary because her passion is just so huge for her community and for her family, and it should be like that in every community around the world. It shouldn't take a national tragedy for people to be helped. It shouldn't take, and people should never be forgotten after a tragedy. I mean, there's still water is messed up still in Flint. We still have people suffering the effects of Katrina and land being just stolen from them. So being able to put a camera on it can affect change in a huge way.
So these documentaries tell us powerful stories that cross international boundaries. Speaking of international boundaries being crossed, we get to the next category, which takes us across the seas. And as we talked a little bit about the international effect of your festival, we are ready for the third category, which is Best of the Fest International. And the nominees are...
Table 8, 2 couverts, en entrée, un foie gras poêlé.
Retour. Jean-Louis, tu fais chier, on ton steak, je t'en dis un point.
S'il vous plaît, jeune homme, où sont vos toilettes?
Toilette, oui, excusez-moi. C'est la première à gauche.
Messieurs, on se dépêche, ce soir c'est le gala de l'ESSEC.
Ça s'est bien passé.
Alors, on rentre avec papa?
Tu sais comment j'ai honte d'être ton fils?
Mais regarde comment c'est beau ici! Au lieu de toujours vouloir te tirer dans ton trou à rats!
Tu ferais honte à ta mère, s'il vous plaît.
Escondido dentro de ti, mesmo ao pé de uma árvore, a fazer com que cresça o poder do teu milagre. A mudança das não será só a tua, é fazê-lo aqui e também em Lisboa. Nos dois lugares existe uma razão. Como ainda estás vivo e sentis o coração. Numa cultura, hip-hop ou o que for, em vez de uma espada eu transformei-a numa flor. Ela vai crescendo nesta flor, esta flor, esta.
صرت تغطي دحين ما شاء الله. تبغي حلاوه ماما؟
Sister, ngiyabonga ukuthi ufikile senilanda mina.
Ndibuza ngobomi bakho into yoba uplena ntoni kodwa ngaphi mna ndikunqanda ngeendlela zakho.
Ngazi ngifike la esigeni. Kufuneka inyoni.
Bayicreate music njama kuyafana nokuthi ngifike top.
Ungakhohlwa nje ukuthi talent akusinto lafana iyaphela. Isipaniso sanayo.
Sana.
Abantu kuthona. Napolisa siswami.
Mna sisoko. Andiyongo loo nto.
Khona into yaziyo mayelana nabo konke kuyenzekile yenzazi.
Ehle khona wazi ama-outer baya.
Ngesikhathi masimba la ngicela umisa imoto mina ngizoyimisa ngokwami.
Kahle kahle ngibonile nokuvile busathane ngizobona izulu. Ngalahle ithemba manje enza i-background ngithola ama-listener.
I was surprised with Saudi Arabia because that is not usually a place that I think, oh, there's going to be a filmmaker here, let me run and see it.
Exactly.
I was amazed.
And not only is it just Saudi Arabia, but it's a female filmmaker from Saudi Arabia. And the topic that she is discussing allows us to see that there is a community there that associates themselves with hip-hop, obviously. They hire some of the biggest hip-hop acts in the world to go out there. But to have a woman filmmaker who is entering into this space and with so powerful a story dealing with Menzies and what it means when they now have to cover up and how they're seen and treated by men in their society. And to be able to tell that story, when we got it, I was like, did she smuggle this out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In my mind, there's a
right. And
perception?
I had to shift, right, there is a perception, and I had to shift my own perceptions. And that's how we grow and learn with this festival. I'm like, oh, okay, so, okay, it's not a thing. It's just the first time we're experiencing this story from a female filmmaker coming out of Saudi Arabia.
Fantastic.
And I think that's a powerful story.
And now they can drive. Yes.
Yeah.
They can drive to the movies and see them.
I'm hoping she'll be here for the festival.
That would be great to have her here in person to talk about this powerful film.
Yes.
And to the next category, I always am amazed when this category is not, the persons that are nominated for this category have a film and they're not nominated for it. So, but here we are. The nominees for Best Director are...
I can't waste the next 3 years of my peak mental energies trying to explain to ivory tower intellectuals the importance of trobonics.
You dropped out of grad school? What did Mom and Dad say?
I haven't told them yet.
Why not?
They've never cared for my work. You know what Dad said when he read an early draft of Towards the Theory of Ghettolepsis?
What?
There's no way a bunch of hood rats could disrupt technological paradigms.
I don't like it when you talk about Mom and Dad like that.
Is it my fault? Mom's too embarrassed to admit she's from one of the multiverse's true hotbeds of dopeness.
You know what, Clay? I think that maybe you're embarrassed about where we're from.
What? No, I'm not.
Yep, You so wish you were from Hinthood, but you're not, okay? You're from the Voices Hills, like 8 million miles from Hinthood.
The tides may change.
Happy birthday.
And that's okay.
It's weird being back and not being home.
Hey.
Why are you walking around here like you're doing something wrong?
Is that okay?
I feel so much more like myself when you're here, you know?
You can never be home if you're not right with yourself.
Can nobody stay?
I don't know how to do that.
That is not
Don't pretend like you know anything about me.
You know how to do that.
You'll be fine.
How you do sure?
Let me say they do before.
Sir, I come here, he said they arrest my son and they release him on Thursday.
Yes?
Now, today, Saturday. I've not seen him.
Congratulations to the nominees for Best Director. Not always easy to direct a film, bringing your what you want to light on the screen.
Right.
And I have to ask you about one. I mean, they're all fantastic. I have to ask you about Hope.
Yes,
because
yes.
I wasn't expecting that.
Right. Animation is something that we're finding that we're getting more and more entries from around the world. So we have a slew of them, and we picked some great ones. Hope really touched us. It was his choices as a director, how he directed the animation, how he pulled everything together. Animation is huge.
Yeah.
I have a daughter, she's an artist, so I understand what it takes just to draw one frame. So for him to be so young and do something of this caliber and be able to direct a team of animators to bring that vision and that story, and it is a beautiful story, to bring the story to life, we just found it to be absolutely amazing, along with the other nominees as well. I mean, for a director to be able to pick the right cast.
Right.
I mean,
To
if you
tell the
saw
story, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
the actors in all of these were absolutely phenomenal. The scenes are phenomenal. You can tell that whether they had a lot of money or no money, a lot of work went into making sure that that vision was executed
You can do great things with a small
perfectly.
budget.
Yes, you can, and they prove it.
Wow.
And they prove it.
Wow. Well, congratulations again to the nominees. Okay, CR.
Yes.
We're getting to the big category here.
Yes, the big one.
The big one.
Yes.
And it is the nominations for the Best of the Fest. But I have to ask you this question before we start. What does winning this category mean to, the director, the film, the producers? What does this mean actually being nominated and maybe even going on to win?
Best of the Fest, well, in our context, and we're coming from the hip-hop generation, or rather the hip-hop culture. That means you are the best of the best. I mean, hip-hop is built on braggadocio, machismo. I mean, it is the only category that has that will have an actual physical trophy. So if you win this category, you've won the entire festival. Wow. It's like being valedictorian of the school. So while there are different achievements, we have other categories and stuff like that. Best of the Fest is it's the holy grail.
Wow, wow. And then like last year's films, some of them went on to do even better, bigger things.
Right, like Stefan, he is doing a feature film with Spike Lee right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, based on the film, he won for, and that film, I mean, it was awesome. It didn't just do well with our festival, it did well with others too, but, Best of the Fest means you are it.
Bragging
you are
rights.
Next. Yes. Best of the Fest means you're next, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure the world knows that.
All right, so I want to look like a drum roll.
We do this every year. We did this last year. We did it last
Okay. And the nominees for Best of the Fest are...
Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, there lived a little boy.
Not the children's story you were expecting.
Baby girl. You got the kind of heart that the world would just love to devour. It's gonna get a lot harder before it get any easier.
No, it's not okay.
Destiny, get over here with your black ass!
Father God, please release the demon from this child. Because if it's one person that's a liar, it is the devil. And we will not let the devil into this house.
You going to work, sir? Not in my shop, you ain't. We don't hire niggers.
Going up the street now. Me and my camcorder.
Whoa, jeez.
This is my neighborhood. Where are the houses? Where are the people?
That's a great question.
The people of this community didn't deserve what happened to them. The knowledge that it was our federal government.
Make sure you filming everybody, everything. This is my destiny to make a movie. Shoot everything.
Deep down, we are
Alors, l'histoire, c'est que je venais juste d'arriver et ensuite, je suis tombé avec attends, alors oui, je marchais et j'arrive ici. Attends, je sais plus.
Wow, this is the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Congratulations to the nominees for the Best of the Fest. I don't know, this all looks really good.
It does.
I'm not sure how you're going to narrow it down to pick one.
It's going to, even if you go by complete mathematics, there is still the element of this has to be discussed, because these features, I mean, they are absolutely amazing.
They look amazing.
They're absolutely amazing. I mean, for the love of music, Chad Q, he was in the festival last year, and he has, I mean, his growth as a filmmaker, and we've been there supporting him and working with him. He's been using the resources of the festival like a lot of our other filmmakers have been. But his growth was phenomenal, and for him to place in this category is crazy. And the story and the actors, he has a lot of the who's who and upcoming Black Hollywood in his films. He's amazing.
Wow.
Reparations, it's a musical. Oh my God. It's going to be a fight in the room. Fear No Gumbo. We're talking about an Oscar winner, Oscar nominee rather. And the story, you know, she also caught a nomination for Best Documentary as well. And Super is a web series, actually, and it's out of France as well. Amazing what they were able to do with and the entire soundtrack is beatboxing.
Wow.
The entire thing is beatboxed. And then just the graphics, the imagination, the colors, how it was put together. It's going to be a fight this year. I expect we come out of that room with a couple of black eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate everyone in all the categories. Good luck. I know the film festival is a couple weeks away, so a month and a half away.
Yes.
And everyone can get their tickets where?
The tickets are on sale now, hiphopfilmfestival.com.
And it's 4 days of...
4 days of fresh. 4 days of fresh. So let me give you how the nights are playing out. So August 2nd, we have Night of the MCs, and those are movies that speak to anything involving a microphone, an MC, just stories based around that, whether it be straight out stories about rappers or something to do with music. But that's a definitive night, and it's also our opening night, where Chad Quinn's For the Love of Music will be premiering as our opening night feature. The second night, we have Urban Tales, B-Boys, Beats, and the Streets, and that also encompasses our Urban Web Summit, which features the best web series that are out. I mean, the creme de la creme gets nominated and gets put in this category. The third night, which is Saturday, we have Love and Hate, Fight the Power, and that's where you're going to find a lot of our social justice pieces. Fear Not Gumbo, I believe, might be in that block. Love and Hate, a lot of the romance stories and things, so we segregated it that way. And then the last night is the GOATs, the greatest of all times, and we have a lot of sports. Gun is in that box. I'm a huge boxing fan, so, you know, it was only right to categorize the movies that we show on Sunday before the awards ceremony as that. We're also closing out the film with an amazing piece called Artifice, coming from the West Indian Massive.
All right, talking about my people, no, you know.
Yes, rice and peas and plantains.
All right,
so, yes. Yeah, all right, wait. I heard that. Y'all heard that, right?
Yes.
Y'all heard that. Okay, I just want to make sure. So Artifice is closing that out, so we're definitely including the West Indian Massive in this. And the film is a huge production. I mean, I wish I could show you a clip of it, but you guys can go to the website and you'll be able to see all of that and everything that we have, over 100 films. We're also paying tribute to the GOAT, none other than Melvin Van Peebles, who is, he is the architect of this independent film game. If you don't know Melvin Van Peebles, then please Google him. He is the father of Melvin, who gave us New Jack City, but most don't know that he was the first in this independent game, particularly as a black man, to make millions on a movie that involved the community and spoke on police brutality and what was happening in the 60s. The name of his movie was Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song, and we're honoring him this year because he is the GOAT and he deserves it. Wow. He set the way for all of this.
You got a lot of things going on for the festival this year, and again, you know, get your tickets. It's the August 4th through the 5th, 4 days and nights of
the 2nd through the 5th.
The 2nd through the 5th. I'm sorry, 2nd through the 5th. 4 nights of bad.
Yes. 4 days of fresh.
So go to the website, get your tickets.
Yes.
And again, 1010 Wins is a proud media partner.
Our favorite media partner.
That's right. we're the favorite.
Yes.
So congratulations again.
Thank you.
CR, you're driven. I can see it. You've done such great work.
Thank you.
It was recognized even the first year by Quentin Tarantino, gave you an award and all that. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
The Hip Hop Film Festival. You want to get tickets. You want to be there. It's going to be another year of success.
Thank you. And shouts out to the team as well. Thank you, guys.